All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Western Region meetup. I'm going to make all of you introduce yourselves. So tell us where you're joining us from and what your role in your state association is. I'll pick on Marlena. She is in Colorado. She's the other Western Region director. Take it away, Marlena.
Yes. I'm also the 4-H specialist for Crowley and Otero counties in Southeast Colorado. For doing popcorn, I'll just go to my fellow Southeast area colleague and Tiana. Take it away.
I'm Tiana Garcia. Like Marlena said, I'm in Southeast Colorado as well, the very southeast corner, Springfield, and I am the CAE 4-HA president.
Now you,
And the next person I see is Stacy. So
I am Stacy Buckles. I am in Wyoming, in the southeast corner of the state, and I am the Western Region Awards co-chair with Tiana.
I know that you meant to pick Sarah Fleener.
I'm Sarah. I am in Northeast Wyoming, up near the corner of Montana and South Dakota. I'm 4-H educator and I am our state association president.
There you have to pick someone.
I pick Teresa.
Teresa Taverdi, woohoo, from Idaho. I'm in Southern Idaho. That's where my office is housed. I'm with the State 4-H office, and I'm the president of the Idaho Association. And let's go with Tina.
Hey, let's just keep Idaho going strong, right? I'm Tina Miller. I'm an extension educator in 4-H here in Twin Falls County, which I'm right next door to Teresa, actually. And so also the state association president-elect. Let's go with Faith.
Wow. I'm Faith Kroschel. I'm our Colorado Association secretary, not secretary, I am the treasurer. And I am in Boulder County as the 4-H Youth Development and Outreach county specialist. Sorry, I don't know. Andrea.
Good morning. I am Andrea Liu, and I'm in Oregon, and I'm our past president. Melanie, have you gone?
Hi, I'm Melanie Greer. I am in Washington. I'm the 4-H and Youth Empowerment Coordinator for Clallam County out on the ocean. And I'm also the co-chair of the state association with Pam. So I'll pass it to Pam.
Pam Watson, Washington State University, and co-chair with Melanie. And I'm gonna go with Mike.
Might as well do us as clumps.
Yep.
I'm Mike Sieber. I'm the Pierce County 4-H coordinator, and I'm the state secretary.
Do Amy.
Okay, I'll do Amy.
Good choice.
Hi, I'm Amy DeFay, and I am the 4-H coordinator in Utah, and I am the awards chair. And I'll go ahead and pass it to Nicole.
I knew that was coming. I'm Nicole, and I'm the 4-H coordinator in Morgan County in Utah, and I am our state association's president this year. Kelsey, have you gone?
I'm Kelsey. I'm the treasurer for the Nevada State Association. I'm from Nevada. I'm in Reno, Nevada, and I'm a 4-H community-based instructor here. I'll go ahead and popcorn it to Jesse.
Jesse Fulbright. I am with Montana State University Extension in Liberty County, which is in far north central Montana, single agent county. I'm also the state association secretary. And I popped on late, so I'm not sure who hasn't gone.
Looks like Haley. I'm never good with these names.
It's fine. I'm Haley Cristobal from the University of Hawaii. I am the youth and intergenerational extension agent as well as the state president.
I think we're good. Thank you guys for doing that with me. I was recording so that when we have to report back, we can say who we talked to. the first item on our agenda, again, so you know, Marlena and I were in Pittsburgh last week at our National Spring Board meeting. Once again, if you have folks who are life members or if you're that organized to have a life member committee, Jim Rutledge is the national chair, and he is still looking for folks and trying to connect folks. The biggest, what did we say? Marlena, did you write that down or did I write that down? We talked about, oh, I did write that down, but I got confused. I want to say there were about 1,019 life members nationally in our system, and many of them are not connected via email. And so I think what this national committee continues to try to do is get these folks back re-engaged in a way that these folks engage. So if you've got phone numbers, if you've got home mailing addresses, if you're friends with them on Facebook, I think at this point that committee will take whatever they can get from those folks.
So at this point though, there are 1,000 members, but a lot of them are deceased. And so helping update that list would be very good as well. Because even while we were sitting there, in about 5 minutes, Jim found about 5 different people who were still listed as life members, but are no longer alive. So, yeah.
So we've inflated our own numbers unintentionally. The next person, I will be honest, I'm just going to turn it over to Stacy Buchholz. She is our Western Region Awards chair. Her and Tiana are intimately familiar with where we're at in this process. So I'm going to just let them speak to what they know, and you all can ask questions.
So the last communication we had from Jocelyn, and I had passed it along to you earlier this week, is to just make sure you get all of your state judging completed and those awards promoted so that they can be considered for regional. If you have any issues, please let me know as soon as possible, because she wants them done by tomorrow. I know a lot of the specialty awards were not showing up in the state judging, so take a peek, and I'm going to put in the chat here the galleries that she had sent out at the very beginning. Take a peek at the galleries and just make sure all of your state awards are showing up in your judging profiles, if you don't mind asking your judges to do that. Just because we don't want to miss anybody unintentionally because they weren't showing up in their judging profiles. So if you can go ahead and do that and let me know if there are any issues, and just make sure you get your awards promoted to the regional level so that we can get those judged. And thank you to everyone who volunteered to help judge regional awards. If you have any questions, please let me know. This has been quite a process. Cool.
I'm going to make it awkward silence in case anyone has questions. So I'm listening. I'm just going to be awkward.
It won't be awkward because I have a question. So we have been having a debate in our state and we think we missed it. Is it too late to turn in like ASA, DSA, and MSA?
That deadline was the beginning of April, I believe.
Okay.
But reach out to her and see if you can still put them in, because it's been such a mess. Who really knows?
We still don't have a membership list for this year, unless we got it in the last 2 weeks. So it's really hard to vote and nominate, have people in the system.
We kind of do.
Don't have a list, so.
We kind of have a list. I think we just don't.
It's the one we cobbled together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stacy, who do I need to contact?
Send me an email, and then I will forward it to Jocelyn.
Okay.
There's my email.
Thank you.
And also Pam and Melanie, you're on my radar. Unrelated to that, I heard something about a membership list also. So we're going.
I do have one quick question. I judged a few of the awards for our association, and I noticed that a couple of them did not add up to 100 in the scoring. So I wondered if that was intentional or not. They only added up to 95.
Like the rubric or the?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm not sure that they know that.
I did email directly to the national because I was like, this seems odd, but maybe as long as it's consistent, I don't think it's a problem, but you know.
Right. I am going to put that in an email to Jocelyn also, just so that she has an FYI. Not that they probably haven't heard it and they probably won't change it at this point, but.
Yeah, it's for the ones that I did were periodical publication and social media piece. I can just forward this to you though, too, Stacey.
Perfect. Thank you, Faith.
Yeah.
So if, to clarify, are we telling you if we have people like specialty awards nominated that we don't see in our portal?
Yes. So if you had, like, if you compare the list in the specialty awards gallery that she sent to what you had assigned as for judging, and if some of those aren't showing up, please let me know so that we can get those to show up for you all. Because apparently there have been some issues with not all of the awards showing up in the judging lists for your judges.
Do you guys have all of your regional judges ready to go? Stacy, you had to put those into the system already, so you are no longer seeking helpers for that?
No.
Strange question. Am I in on this?
Yes.
10-4. Okay, then I will come back and wait to hear from you.
Well, hopefully you'll hear from the open water system.
Well, we'll knock on wood, right? Do you anyone else have any questions for Stacy?
Amy from Utah here. We had a mishap with our judging. We had 4 judges and one of them is locked out. And we're just waiting for word. Should I just wait for the email to be returned?
Yeah, because I did forward it on to her and I haven't heard anything back. And if we don't hear anything back, Amy, you might just go ahead with the 3 that you have and promote them.
Okay.
Based on those scores, because I would hate to have anybody missed because we're not having quick enough responses.
Right. And so to promote them from that, I watched the video and it said hit the mark to promote. Can you explain how I would promote those?
So I might.
Do you want to screen share, Stacy? Sorry.
Sure.
Or is that quicker?
That might be. But I'm gonna have to log in real fast. So maybe come back to me in a minute.
I'm down for that. Okay. So hang tight. We'll come back. We'll circle back around with that. Marlena, this is where I need your memory. First and second timer scholarships. We had some, for those unfamiliar, this is 2 separate goings on. First timer scholarships were due at the time of awards. So whenever that deadline was, those are actually, once they get promoted to that regional level, then those are the regional directors cross judge. So Western region, we're not judging our own region first timers, we're judging someone else's judging ours. We know that we'll get that information whenever, evidently it sounds like this week or next week, so we'll be able to look at those quickly. Marlena's memory of the second timer discussion is better than mine, but as you know, we've had some problems with this the past couple of years since it's been launched. So I'll stop talking and let Marlena explain the second timers.
I don't know if I do remember. Oh man, sorry.
I have enough information that I can muddy the water. So second timer scholarship, in order to be eligible for the second timer scholarship, you actually had to attend the first timers orientation in the fall of 2022. Evidently, the thought process was that the second timer scholarship application would open up at the end of after the awards portal closed. So they purposefully wanted to have it separate so that those newish employees and association members would have a different deadline. My understanding is that it was actually part of the award system with the first timers and the specialty awards and the communicator awards. So there are
Now it's
4
coming back to me.
there
Yeah.
are 4 in the system already, but we don't know if that system is if the not the system, but the what's the word? The practice, is the process over? And if you're not one of those 4, you've missed the boat on the second timer scholarship. Have those people who are eligible for the second timer scholarship, have they received information from that working group that's putting that together? So we're still untangling that knot in your states. If you have folks that attended national conference last year and they were all hopped up for the second timer scholarship, if you could put us in touch with them, because we don't know, right? If you know of anyone, but that's a behind the scenes component that we're working towards.
I think I'm eligible and I attended the first time orientation and I don't think I have received anything. That helps at all.
Okay.
That helps me.
I did attend
Yep.
the first orientation and I remember them having discussion of you have to be here. And I'm pretty sure we all signed up because we also got our little presents from it. And I have not received anything regarding
Okay.
it.
That helps me tremendously, Kelsey, because from my viewpoint, whoever's in the system and was able to get through, that's wonderful. But I think the rest of you guys need to have that opportunity too. So we're working on that. Don't panic just yet. And if you have others in your states too, please don't panic just yet. We're still working on untangling that knot. Does that sound about right, Marlena?
Yes.
Okay, so moving forward, oh, heavens to Betsy. Marlena and we mentioned that we were at our spring board meeting last week. I can tell you some random information, and then Marlena, you can chime in as well.
Okay.
I think first and foremost, is everyone hearing back on conference proposals and conference sessions?
Okay. There's our answer for that.
Was that a no?
Yes.
I was reading Pam's comment about random and got confused because I'm reading off of an agenda. So here's what we do know. Here's what we were told about conference proposals. There were 277 submitted, 64 accepted sessions, and 40 posters accepted. And we were
they may be working on potentially some more poster space, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. There may end up being more posters.
We were told that she was working on sending those emails last week, so hopefully we'll be hearing soon. One way or the other, hopefully we'll be hearing soon. There is, I'll share with you, of interest to me. So if you have people in your state that submitted a proposal that was not accepted, there is an opportunity to do virtual professional development as well. And as you know, I love that. That's my kind of a favorite thing of mine. So if those folks are not accepted or your session's not presented, I would highly encourage them to consider doing it as part of the virtual professional development as well. That's my send. So that's what we know about sessions. Anybody have questions on that? I'm gonna make Amy a co-host.
Can you talk more about the virtual opportunity, what that looks like, when it is, if it's different months, different times?
So if you want to host it, I believe you would just need to reach out to the virtual professional development chair. Megan, I don't have that in front of me. Remind me who it is.
I will put,
because they weren't there.
They were not there. But I'm going to direct you to some folks. I'll put some emails in the chat box. Because they're also in a bit a state of confusion right now for some reason. Imagine that. But join the club, right? So we'll put their information in there. I know that they're always seeking some presentations and would love to. I think that's one arm of our association that we need to do better about myself, is that we do have this technology, so we should be utilizing it. And it's a great way for those that can attend conference every year. This is a really, you're still getting conference level seminars and stuff virtually. So I don't, Pam, I don't have specifics, like if it has to be 45 minutes, if it has to be those kinds of things, but I'll put some emails in the chat. Any
But
other questions? Oh, go.
Is this the one that's hosted by the National Association or? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The one is it the one that Communication and Expressive Arts has worked through before?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
The one that they're emailing about right now.
Yes, because we're trying to get something set up and going for June.
Yes. And so in that too, and so I'm just going to ask if you or someone in your state chooses to move forward with a virtual professional development, just a gentle request if you could copy Marlena or I, and we can help promote that too, because that's where the RDs come in. Stacy, you ready now or no? Bam.
Okay, so if you have logged into your team manager portal, if you can see, yep, right there, it says review team manager panel. And it will have a number of different things in there. You'll want to go to the scores and results side, and that will bring up all of your categories. So if you go ahead and just do the excellence in workforce development, Amy, click on the judging results. You will see it has the average score, the rank, like it, and if there were more in that category for your state, it would have all of the scores. But it just tells you like who's reviewed them, etc. And then if you click on the little box next to it, and then set forwarding, click on the set forwarding status, click on forward to the next round, and then set. And that should promote it to the regional level. So if you see over here now under the forward, it says yes. And the information about that particular award. Clear on the right-hand side. Does anybody have any questions about how to do those now? And then the other thing that happened last year that I'm not sure anybody thought about, but if you click on the little box next to it again, and then select the set winner status, you can declare it as the state winner. And then I think the system automatically sends congratulations emails to your state association winners. If you don't do that, then it won't send an email to your state association winners, even if you have promoted them. So then if you just go up to the set winner status.
Sorry, what did you mark for a state email?
So it's just the, like, it's essentially you're selecting the award and the little checkbox next to it. So yep, the little checkbox.
Mm-hmm.
And then I click in that box because that doesn't look the same as it did last year. And the other awards and distinctions. Oh, maybe you can just set that. Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
And that sets it for the state winner and forwards it to the regional judging.
Great, thank you so much.
No problem. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know.
Thanks, guys. Who's screen sharing? The other, so now rewind back to national, our national springboard last week. We did, I put some contact information in the chat box. Go ahead and reach out to Heather. Janney is the chair of professional development or excuse me, the VP of professional development and educational programs. So she'd be a great place to start and she can point you in the right direction. So there was that. We did I'm reading my notes, Marlena. You can read your notes too. Tell me what I'm missing out on.
Our new regional directors.
Yeah, go. You talk about that.
Okay, so we voted, and it does still have to go through the Policy and Resolution Committee, but pretty exciting. We did vote to add 2 new regional directors. One will be representing the 1890 institutions, and one will be representing, important to us, 1994 institutions. So super, super exciting. We're not totally positive on the timeline of when that will happen. We're hoping this year, but not sure. So
I'm excited about that. That'll be great.
I'm really excited too.
We have a total of 4,001 member in our national association. So 4,001. So you all must be the one, right? We did find out Boise is the officially, I think we're official now. It's officially Boise in 2024. Teresa, we were even told that it's Claire Sponseller is the chair. And Jenny Murray from West Virginia is the co-chair from the national board.
Yep, 2 great co-chairs. It's going to be a wonderful conference.
Yes, I am excited. I was not surprised when I heard it was Claire. I was not surprised. She'll do great.
Yep.
And Jenny is wonderful also. So it really sounds like there's this extra opportunity on Monday, but our conference really runs like the 10th, 11th, and 12th. I understand that there's, for those of us who really enjoy the morning general sessions, that there is some discussion about changing those up a little, how they function. I will be honest, I don't recall what those changes were, but I feel like it was not going. I think that what I took away from it was maybe it's not so much board meeting or presentations from the VPs as much as some other things that they wanted to highlight.
Yes, that was also
because
I
mean, everybody just loves listening to the VP reports, I'm sure.
The other change is going to be that awards, those communicator and specialty awards, are going to be given during what was it called? The Clover Lunch?
I wrote Clover Luncheon.
Luncheon. Okay, Clover Luncheon. So it will be a little more, it won't be at the banquet, but it'll be a little more like special opportunity, because that was some of the feedback that they had gotten, was that it didn't feel as special to do it during the morning general sessions. So
now are we keeping the small bites or the little bites or the morning bites? Do you know? Did they discuss that?
We did, and I can't.
I think they are. I think that's.
Yeah, I think so too.
Those are really well received, Megan says.
Yeah.
Some other structural changes to kind of get your arms on, because they were new to me. On Tuesday will be the regional brunch / breakfast. So essentially right out the gate, we're starting with regional brunch. On Wednesday will be groups night out. It sounds as though they will be working on providing some suggestions or options for those that need recommendations of where to go and what to do in Pittsburgh. So groups night out is Wednesday. Wednesday is also this Clover Luncheon, which will be the awards presentations for communicator and specialty awards. And Thursday night will still be the banquet, where we recognize our National Service Award winners as well. Any other question? That's what I took notes on of interest, but you are more than welcome to ask us other conference related things. We can do our best.
The location of the hotel is pretty cool. Like, it's right there where the rivers converge, and there's like a big cliff on the other side, and I spent a lot of time on Google trying to figure out how I could like hike up the cliff, and I don't think there's a way. So just throwing that out there right now. But it is a really cool part of the city, and like right across the river is like this old, really historic part of the city. And Pittsburgh is known for its step streets. So they have all of these like public steps because it's so hilly that they have called streets to make sure that the city like continues to maintain them and everything. And that's actually, yeah, just right across the river and up the cliff. So if you want to go exploring, it's a great place too.
Yeah, it's fun.
If you guys can use your awesome RD powers to get me some phonetic pronunciations or phonetic spelling for awards, that would be awesome. Since regional brunch is like first thing, I won't have as much time to do research.
Yeah, got it. Marlena, do you want to talk about, at our last meeting, we talked about each state receiving a stipend, and do you want to talk about an update on that, please?
So we are going to be doing $300, right? $300 stipend, one per state in the Western region. And working with Casey, our VP of Finance, I think the simplest way for everybody is going to be to have you fill out a Google form, and then we can get it to you like, I think right after the conference, because we'll just have you like, we haven't figured out all the details yet, but like take a picture with your RD or something to prove that you are there. And then as soon as you've proven you're there, Casey will work on getting it processed. So.
And our intention, of course, is that we would love, our preference, of course, when we founded this last month, we wanted it to be a state officer that would be the recipient, but it's up to each state to decide who that person is and how they will use it. So we're leaning on you to make that decision. And probably, I think I guess I will stay out of the middle, but probably whenever that email with that Google form or whatever form that is, when that comes through, it'll go to just our general officer listserv or whatever. So you guys decide how you're going to shake that up, however you want to.
And then on that update, we also, just a reminder, do we have anybody from Oregon that's on?
Andrea?
Yeah, I'm from Oregon.
Okay, so all of our scholarship winners from the drawing during the Western Region Conference last year are from Oregon this year. So just a reminder that is Kate Hammerbeck, Tracy Wilson, Ellie Cortuis, and Jan Williams.
Courthouse. Ellie Courthouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Andrea, they're all still with Oregon Extension, right?
They are, shockingly.
Okay.
Yeah. Those four are still with us.
Yay! And they received a reimbursable registration
for the early bird rate.
Right. And the early bird rate is that $475 is what?
Or is it $425?
I had written down $475.
Okay, probably $475. Wishful thinking on my part.
Right. So that finance comes from our hospitality account, which all the money in that hospitality account is raised through our regional auction during national conference. So those that were drawn for that from Oregon, whatever this number is, they're getting their registration covered.
Perfect. I'll remind them. We were just talking about it when we were in Idaho.
Oh, good.
They're talking about it. So yeah.
The other part of that conversation, some of you may remember, is that we had also touched on perhaps getting state officers some Western Region swag. And Marlena and I could not remember if we had narrowed it down to some things. So the one note that I had was on a portable charger.
Yeah, I
And-
actually have my little note thing here. We had talked about the portable battery charger, wine cups, a wristband flash drive. Yeah.
Some of the, so we did some very basic, quick homework, my summer assistant. And so I told her to price out like 100 of these portable chargers. So she did some very rough homework. So from forimprint.com so that we could order them and then ship it to give away in Pittsburgh. So we're looking at like the most expensive little portable charger to get 100 was $2,630. And they're $35 or excuse me, $25.75 each. And then the cheap ones are $829 for 100. So the homework happened a little bit on that end, but I certainly didn't want to marry us to anything. I just didn't know if we were supposed to come with prices or not. So
just for what it's worth, we have like $27,000 in our account. So I think we could go big or go home with what do you think, Megan?
I think that's up to this group to decide how they want to, I mean, we're putting a significant amount of it towards professional development. We know budgetarily, we know it has not occurred yet, but be prepared that we should make a donation to Idaho to host the conference in 2024 because it will be in the Western region in 2024. We do offer a reimbursable registration rate, just as we're doing for Oregon. So they are getting their registration covered. One person from every state will get their registration covered by our hospitality account. Those are the two big things that I'm committing us to, but
Megan, how many states do we have in the?
Should be about 13.
Okay. So the $300 stipends would be $3,900 plus so we have $5,800 committed to scholarships for this year, which would put us down to like 20,000. So I think we're still probably good and we'll still have plenty of money to give Boise, or Idaho. Does my math sound right, Megan?
I was typing away in the chat box, so it feels right to me.
Okay.
So I think the question on the table for you guys is, are we committed to the portable power chargers, or what else do you want? Is there a small group that wants to work on it, or do you just want little program assistant Dally Wilkins to keep plugging away on some of the ideas that you've all given us?
I like the portable charger. I mean, it's easy to pack. The wine glasses and stuff are kind of cool, but once again, that's more stuff to tote around. The portable charger is usable.
Okay. Faith says go for it.
Yeah, I like the portable charger. I can use that more than I can. I have a lot of wine glasses.
Marlena, what were some of the other options that we had talked about? Tina's got to give us a thumbs up.
Wristband flash drives and then the wine cups and then restocking stickers, but that's.
Oh, stickers, that's happening regardless. You're doing that. Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
You're married to that forever.
Yes, please, Pam. That would be helpful.
So do you want us to move forward with continuation of the little portable chargers?
You want everybody just do a thumbs up or something, so then we're not just
perfect
sitting at each other.
Looks good to me. We'll do some homework on that. And then do you want to, as a collective group, do you want to just tell us a budget or trust and how many should we be ordering?
Do we have an idea from in the past how many people we've had from the Western region, like from the brunch or like brunch numbers?
I sure could. I mean, we could have some homework. I think it's also
I think 100 is fine. Like I think that will.
My thought process, I'm thinking two thoughts. One is that for those of us in the West, Pittsburgh is a bit of a distance. So I don't know that we'll be as likely to have as strong a turnout for Pittsburgh as we did for Madison. But the last time we were in Pittsburgh, it was also Galaxy. So there were way more people from the West there as well. And I sure don't, I mean, what's the worst that happens if we order more than what we need?
Right. I think 100 would be fine.
If we have more than what we need, we just put them on the silent auction the following year and move on with our life. Or we send it to what's her face from Alaska, who won the goose chase at JSEP ELC.
Oh yeah, Jasmine.
Jasmine, yeah. Yes, Stacy, I agree. I don't know that we have to order them right away, so we can kind of get a feel for the registrations too. So you're comfortable with us? You're just letting Dally pull the trigger on this? Okay.
Sounds like it.
The last piece on my radar was, of course, the West is Best podcast. We just recorded a great episode yesterday with Josie Evanson from Montana. You guys, when this one comes out, you won't even know. I will warn you, this is the podcast that you didn't even know you needed to listen to because her research for her master's thesis was amazing. So you're going to love it.
Really good.
Really good. It's perfect timing. We've got part 2 of the All Things 4-H camp is scheduled to be released on Monday, the 22nd. So that's coming on Monday. As always, I should probably put that in the chat box as well. If you have ideas or topics that you want to talk about with us, you can add them right.
Can you talk about that a little bit and where we can find it to listen in and stuff like that, so that, because I'm just thinking ahead. And by the way, could you or Marlena do a plug for that tomorrow? When you're guest speaking for our association meeting?
For sure. That's on our radar for sure.
Okay.
We actually have Allison White on our potential podcast list to talk about the work that she's done with like LGBTQ youth. So
the link that just went through there should take you to a Google Jamboard. For those unfamiliar, it's just a whiteboard with sticky notes that you can add topic ideas. So you can see some of what's on there already. You can add your own, add a name so that we know who to contact. A name and a state always helps us, but this is by no means like there is no rhyme or reason to it. It's just conversations that we're having. So there's that. The next one, if you're wherever you get your podcast, I'm going to copy in here. So this is where you can catch us. So we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on Google. We don't get any hits on Google. We are on YouTube. So if you follow our National Association on YouTube, we're also in that realm as well. And we've had some good conversations as well. I record our Western Region meetings like this one, so that'll be up sometimes very, very soon, unedited as well. So we are actually, I just did my homework on this randomly yesterday, and I want to say we're at 941 plays total. So we're between both the podcast version and the YouTube version. So we're almost at 1,000. That's great for a little project that we just started last year. We're the envy of all the other regions, I can tell you. So that's all I have to say about that. What other questions or comments or things do you guys have on your agenda? Okay, well, thank you guys very, very much. Even if your states are crazy enough to have state association meetings this summer, please come and think of calling Marlena and Megan and take us out of our own crazy counties, and we'd be happy to come see you and yours. State visits are always on the table. Montana, if you need to get people in, get us scheduled now for your fall meeting. Keep us posted. So we're always here to help you guys. Let us know how we can be of service to you. Thank you for all you do. And we'll talk to you again. Hang in there this summer.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
This has been a production of the NAE 4-HYDP Western Region. The West is the best. Join us for our next episode.